Hi and welcome to Top This, the show where we highlight some of the best things to see and do in the BC interior. I'm Christina Krichkowski, and this week it's all about the best ways to experience history. This week we're going back in time, riding the historical streetcar here in Nelson's Lakeside Park. We're also going to be visiting Chilliwack, the East Kootenays, and Headley. But the first stop on our historic trail is the gold rush town of Barkerville, where John Mackenzie explores what is the largest historical landmark in BC. John?
Thanks, Christina. You know, when it comes to BC history, there really is no other place that has the size and scope as historic Barkerville. In fact, a trip to Barkerville is like going back in time, where you can meet characters from the Gold Rush period and view what life was really like for the brave settlers who first pioneered this rough and remote region. Barkerville Historic Site is an amazing example of heritage preservation, providing wonderful opportunities for education and recreation. The site also features actors in period costumes, on-site demonstrations, places to eat, and a whole variety of things to see and do.
Eureka! Caters!
We found some gold in here.
Well, I'm here with the town's namesake, Mr. Billy Barker himself.
Hello, John. Welcome to Barkerville. Good to have you here. Well, it's called a gold rush for a good reason. Let's get started, shall we?
Thanks a lot. Let's check it out.
All the trees that you see in your time here, they do not exist in my time. All the forest has been cut down to provide lumber for building the town, for fires, not to mention most of that wood is actually below ground in the mine shafts.
No kidding.
60% of the wood is used, and it's still, in your day, still down there in very good condition.
They used it to shore up the mine shaft, I guess.
Yeah. They're basically timber sets to support the mine shafts, exactly.
Wow.
Now, here's the blacksmith shop. We can see if Mr. O'Neill has anything for us.
So, Billy, what can you tell me about this blacksmith shop?
Well, it pretty much is the way it was back in my day. Now, the thing about blacksmiths here is that they're one of the few people that actually spend the entire winters here in Barkerville, because they have to spend all that time building all the equipment we need for the following mine season. Because they make the shovel heads, the crevicing tools especially, and of course sticking toms, extremely important tools. And it's a key piece of mining equipment, because what you do with the sticking tom is that it provides light. You put a candle in, it's sort of a candle holder that you jam into the support timbers down below in the mine shaft.
I guess what you're saying is the blacksmith was an integral part of this mining town.
Mining would not happen without a blacksmith to provide the equipment. And keep in mind, back in my day, before the wagon road came through, all the steel that he had to use was brought up on people's backs and pack animals.
It's absolutely fascinating. Where do you think we should head now?
Well, I think it's time maybe we look at the real business of gold mining. So why don't we go up to the assay office, eh?
Sounds good. So, Billy, this is the assay office. What is an assay office?
Well, the assay office is where the business of gold mining actually occurs. You would bring your gold in here, your raw gold, and it will be assayed for purity. It means they test it, they break it down and chemically find out how much gold you've got, and then they melt it down into bars, ingots, or buttons, whatever you need for transport, and then they take the taxation. Now, the gold we have here in Williams Creek is very high-grade purity. It's about 85 to 92% pure, roughly 22 carat. And I'll tell you this, only about 20% of the gold has been found in the area. There's still plenty out there.
Well, Billy, can you tell me how many miners were actually here at the height of the gold rush?
Well, in the height of the gold rush, you got the four communities of Williams Creek: Richfield, Barkerville, Cameronton and Marysville. And including the towns proper, you've also got cabins and tents sort of dotting on the hillside. And in total, the estimate is anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 people living here, but that, of course, is not an accurate census because it was not very exact back then.
Phil, that's a lot of folks.
A lot of people in such a small community, that's for sure.
Billy, what is this contraption that's behind us here?
Well, this is a Cornish water wheel. It's used to pump out the mine. It's also used as a winch to lower the bucket to bring gravel up. It's also the way people get in and out of the mine shaft at the beginning and the end of the shift. Originally developed in Cornwall to mine for tin, it was adapted in California for the 1849 gold rush.
Well, thanks, Billy, for that wonderfully informative tour. Really appreciate it. I'm wondering, in your mind, what makes this the most interesting historical site in BC?
Well, I have to say that it's the interpretation. The staff that interpret Barkerville have a vast amount of knowledge. They love sharing it with the public, and quite frankly, nothing gives us more pleasure than seeing people walk out the door with a smile on their face and knowing a little bit more than when they walked in.
Well, thanks a lot. Again, I appreciate your time. It's been nice to meet you and hang out. And if you're interested in Barkerville, go online and check out their website or give them a call.